Unmuted.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. They started without us. We told them, give us a second to get things shifted over. They didn't wait. But here we go. We have White Penguins against Ramstein. White Penguins, one of the newer teams. This is a placement match. So both of these teams, unfortunately, lost in their last match. And of course, we are having a camera issue. I'm going to go out in a second and fix that.
Game is already up and running, so let's just watch the game. We'll manage.
Yeah, clean little takeout there. Oops, let's get this stuff going. My clicker action. The Penguins have a fan out in the audience. Love that. Welcome in. Good to see you. If you have any questions about what's actually happening on the ice, feel free to ask in English or Dutch, and we will do our best to answer.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody wants to hear me actually speak Dutch, but I could attempt it.
So yeah, this is, to give some context about this game, this is a placement match. Both teams, they lost their round of 8. And they're playing one of those placement matches to see if they can reach the middle section of the Belgium Cup.
Be ranked just one place higher.
But well, both teams, they didn't lose by a lot. It was very close in both games.
Yeah, Ramstein lost on a tiebreaker the LSD, and White Penguins came down to the last end. So really, really close matches in their last ends, in the last round. This one appears to be a bit on the heavy side. And that one is going to easily go through. I don't think Adrian really needed to sweep that one.
No, spare your energy.
I have to say I'm a fan of the Penguins sweatshirts and the fact that they have their own handwritten sponsors on some of them.
Yeah. I mean, that's very nice to see. You have a newcomers team that just recently discovered the curling sport, but they put some efforts to have team jerseys there, whereas Ramstein has been active for multiple years, but they never bothered to just try and wear the same jersey.
This one is going to just clip that guard, unable to hold it straight. So while this match is going on, we have both of the semifinals going on over on sheets A and B. So we'll try to keep you guys up to date on what's going on over there. On sheet A, it is Team Varekad against the Grey Ducks. And on sheet B, it is Iconic against
Iconic, yeah.
Negatine. Yep. This one is gonna drift a bit wide. Will that stop in the house? I think it's just gonna go through. More in the middle, and that would have been okay, but just going over on the side, it's just so much less house to work with over there. Adrian contemplating what to do here. Looks like they're gonna wants to draw in behind that red. Feels very tight to get that around. Is this one gonna have enough juice to get to the house where they want it? No, unfortunately a little bit light, even with the sweeps. Oh, interesting call here from White Penguin Skip saying, "Hey, let's clear this open." Another Penguins fan in the audience.
Yeah.
Love that.
And they had that with the previous game as well. Their fans are out there on the ice rooting. Don't see that much in curling, but I think that's not a problem.
Ooh, that one just curled out the side of the house. That one had quite a bit of break to it, but I also think that it was maybe a little bit outside on the release. But that's one of the tougher things to do is when you get started curling is like being balanced, getting the release right, getting the right speed. There's so many things to think about.
Now I think Ramstein, they play in the Belgium Curling Division, in the B Division, the Belgium Curling League. And they've finished last in the B Division. So this
Yeah,
is
they had
basically their last competitive effort to save the season.
Yeah, they had a bit of a rough season. Didn't quite pan out the way they thought it would. But I also know that like his wife had a baby very early in the season, so he was a bit distracted, didn't get to play as much as a new father. So that kind of thing affects how the teams play together, how they comfortable they are playing with each other. This one's gonna be a little bit heavy. That distance, that speed control is so crucial.
Yeah,
you see him.
Like,
hey, slow it down. It's okay.
relax. It's but no harm done so far. Open house,
Yep.
as there is a small stone coming in the house there over on the left side. And this is still a fourth ender, so as of the semifinals and the finals, we will have 6 ends, which means this game should finish earlier than the other two. But that's atypical. Normally, curling games would be 8 ends minimal, and in most major international tournaments like Euros or World Cups, 10 ends.
Yeah. But this is a sort of a sprint format.
Yeah.
Trying to compress everything down so we can do it all in one day. You make some changes to the format. But also I kind of like this 4-end setup. Anything can happen. It takes one bad end or one really good end and you can win a match with just the one good end. So some discussion going on about what they should do. Oh, no, getting a slider put on.
It's a matter of getting prepared there. Yeah, I mean, they have step-on sliders. They probably don't play with curling gear, so that's normal.
That's another thing to get used to is, hey, my foot slides a lot. Davey is a left-hander.
He's using the wrong side of the hack there.
Oh yeah, sliding. Yeah. He's cross-handed, but yeah. If it gets into the house, hey, if it works, it works. Yeah. Oh, they should have swept this one a little bit sooner, I think.
They get it in? Can they get it in?
And they do.
The brooms, and they do.
Gets it into the house, though.
And it's nicely in front of the house, which is always... Oop. They're happy.
Oh.
Looking for a hit and roll there, or are they just going to put one behind their guard?
I think they're gonna.
A good draw would be the safer option.
I would have gone for the draw in this first one, but they're looking to just get rid of this one. Maybe they'll get the rollover back to the middle. bit of a inside release. That's breaking over quite a lot.
I think this still has some room to curl.
I think it might
look good.
It's gonna over curl
Will be nose hit probably. No.
a little bit over the nose, and we'll have enough to get it out the back. Yes, it does. But unfortunately for Ramstein, the shooter stays outside the house.
You see, so Brecht is sitting on the wrong side of the hack. That's why it's so hard to make a good release here, because
I'm very happy he caught that self,
yeah.
though. Oh, wow.
felt like he was tipping over.
Yeah. You don't want to kiss the ice. It's very hard and it's not very friendly. We don't want to see anybody get hurt.
We have some Penguin fans over here in chat. We have Brits van Ruttergem, assuming maybe one of the partners of the Penguins.
Could just be a friend.
Could be a friend, who knows?
Don't assume. Oh, that one had a good line. Unfortunately, just came up a little bit short. Needed a little bit more weight on it. So, fully open house. What is with the Ramstein? What are they going to do? Just want to get something in there. Ooh, is this one too wide? Is this going to tap that red one in?
That's what they want to avoid. That's what they have to avoid. That's
And
worst case. That's like the only way they could give red big opportunities here. And red is it?
Oh, Penguins have an opportunity here.
Sweep it out. No, it's in. Now they can score. I mean, Penguins already have a point. They probably won the end. They have to throw a stone, of course, but they could.
I know. Wait, they're cleaning up.
Oh, I missed the hammer here.
Oh, I guess we're okay. So we were wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens if you get 5 minutes to reset all of your gear here.
Yeah.
The game starts.
Yeah. They rushed. So, okay. So, on that note, Ramstein making a mistake with the hammer, gifting a point to the Penguins. Good job from the Penguins for staying in that. They really put some pressure on them, trying to force the Ramstein to make mistakes.
Yeah. How did they manage to come over on that side? If that was their last stone, they just had to put a stone in the house, and they come over to on the one side where they could tap in a red one.
Yeah, tactical error there. Not even as well as an executional error, but definitely first and foremost tactical error there. All right, so as we head into round number 2 or end number 2, the White Penguins take a lead with 1-0 over Ramstein. I'll get those words out eventually. I'm just going to say some random words until it sort of says what I want it to. So Frederick with his first stone of the end. This one, I think the way they're just kind of walking next to it might be a touch heavy. Oh, no. It's a little bit backside of the house, but it's back of the tee line, but stays in there. Ramstein probably looking to freeze up against it.
Undecided here what to do. Seppa calling for a guard.
Yeah, build something up. Take that opportunity. This one needs to curl over a bit. I think this one's going to get into the house. Phew.
Barely gets it.
Hey. Biting the house is the same as in the house. Yeah, we see the Penguins setting up. Let's get rid of it. Seems like a reasonable...
This is takeouts. This is a takeout.
Not quite got the weight, though. I think that's gonna... Oh, no. I misremembered it. That looks okay.
This looks okay. This is a good takeout. Takes out yellow. And their shooter isn't sticking around as a guard, so...
Yep. Very good stone there.
I mean, don't underestimate. Like, takeouts, we take them for granted. But if you're not experienced playing curling, a takeout is actually a pretty difficult stone because you need some balance to be able to do a good sliding and release a stone in the right direction.
Yep, and put weight behind it. Putting that extra speed is a lot harder than it seems.
And a lot of beginning curling players seem to estimate takeout stones as difficult stones. Even here, people say, "Well, I'm not very comfortable playing takeouts because of the weight and the speed it requires to execute well." Going for another guard here.
This one looks a bit wider where they wanted it.
Yeah,
but
it's definitely not a
and
guard.
heavy. That's
I
gonna.
think it's gonna carry through.
Yep, I think that's going through the house. Ooh, another opportunity here for the Penguins to do something.
I think in this type of game, it's just a matter of getting stones in the house, making sure that you build up your points and put the other team on the back foot.
Yeah. So this is where the inexperience comes from. It's like what do they throw? Like I would split the house here, but they're going to look to put up a guard. Well, no, he's coming over the other side. Is that going to have enough weight to get down?
Seems like it's in the house, definitely. The question is it going through? Feels a bit heavy. Oh, this is pretty good here. Look at that, look at that.
That's nice. A very nice one. Splits the house. Unfortunately gets behind the T line, but still a really good spot, yeah.
Thumbs up, and I can understand why. This is an excellent stone here.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Not quite sure.
High lean Penguins forever. So definitely the Penguins did some effort to
promote
bring
us.
their fans.
We here at Curdia are fans of the fans who promote, so of the teams that promote. So we're real happy to have you guys there.
Penguins already winning with the fan base here.
Take out here, trying to get that. Sliding seemed to be a little bit off balance. Did he correct it enough? Is this going to be able to hold on? I think they will.
Barely, and
they'll get rid of the stone, but the shooter falls away.
Yeah.
So I think the next call, the correct call for Penguins is put another one in the house on that side. Yeah. Just keep splitting the house, force them to chase, just put it back. And hey, next thing you know, they're drawing for one.
Put stones in the house. That's every stone in the house is a stone that Ramstein might be tempted to try and take out.
Yep. Ooh.
Holding his broom in a very strange position there, but if it works to keep the balance, that's the most important thing.
Push still a little bit, but this could end up as a guard. Might go a little bit too far outside though, but if these guys can sweep it in, maybe it'll bite the house.
It might. Smashing their brooms, get it in, let it bite the blue. Is it? It's biting.
There it goes.
And it counts. It is a point.
That counts.
It counts for sure.
Yeah.
Sweepers there like, oh my god.
I was afraid that one was going to just... the way it looked like it was curling, like it was just going to take a big drop off at the end and just miss. And those are always so heartbreaking. But no, that one's in there. It's... and it's in a position that it doesn't make sense for Ramstein to go after. So it could come out and score later. That's always an advantage. If it's something that the other team can't use directly or can't get rid of directly, then...
What is Ramstein going to do here? I mean,
it looked like they were going to try to draw this and get it on top of that red one somewhere over there. So use it as backing. I don't think this one's going to curl over enough. I think it's getting into the house, but
question is the weight again. Like,
no, weight's okay.
Very good weight here.
It is sitting out in the open. They didn't quite get it over in front of that red one like they wanted it. So this is going to be something that they're going to try to take out. But where he's put the broom, he's going to have to throw some pretty hard weight. Whoa.
Pretty sure Ramstein would allow them to do a retry, but they're big boys and they're just throwing the stone. Hope for the best.
This one actually is going to end up be too heavy.
Yeah. Are they discussing like a retry or? Looks like.
Are they going to allow them to rethrow
I think
it?
so. This is very big sportsmanship here.
Yeah, very sporting. They didn't have to, but that's very sporting. Very sporting of Ramstein to do that.
Yeah. I mean, and of course, this is a placement match. It's not like you're heading towards the final or whatever. So I think let's sportsmanship.
Yeah, the spirit of curling.
Yeah. And this looks way better here.
It's better, but I think it's going to over curl and get on their own stone.
As long as it's not a double takeout and they keep 2 stones in the house, it keeps their window of opportunity open.
Yeah.
I think Chris is giving some technical advice, maybe?
Not quite sure. Could have been giving that. Could have just said, well, once it could have been explaining the rule. So the rule is you can restart your throw if the stone does not cross the back line. So once it touches the house, that's over. But we tend to not be so critical about that in a lot of these in here in Belgium. Just that's tough. So not 100% sure what Chris was saying. Maybe he was just explaining how it's normally, but
This is a very nice stone here.
Good.
Nicely guarding the shot stone. I don't know about the distance though. It could be a double takeout if you hit the front one hard enough. But yeah, those are not easy stones to make.
No, I think there's a double there.
They see the option right away, so that's I kind of like it how they don't have to guess around to look at the line.
Oh wow, they threw that.
Oh, really? Yeah, we're kind of used to when the skip's kind of making a decision, looking at the stones. We don't really expect the thrower to just go ahead and
just
throw.
Go, yeah. I think that caught the skip off guard.
Yeah.
Picking the skip off guard. So
you have to wait. Like we were still thinking. We were as confused as those guys on the ice there. Anyway, let's make sure we don't miss Adrian doing a super fast super slide here.
No, they're going to take their time and discuss what shot they want to do. They can get rid of this red. I think they're overthinking this one.
Yeah.
I think the best bet is just get rid of the red.
Yeah, true.
Just open up the scoring area. Yeah, he wants to come inside out. That's... There we go. Getting the broom position in order.
This is a hard takeout
Ooh,
here.
That's maybe... Is that too much ice for that... For that weight? No,
It'll
looks
hit.
like it'll be okay, but it's not gonna... Shooter's not gonna hold. But I think that's all right. Penguins sitting 2. Sorry. Ramstein sitting 2. Penguins are going to probably try to get something out of the house. Or they could play a draw. It's still kind of open to that the button there.
Where is the slider? Looking for the slider there in the background.
He's looking for his slider as well. Oh,
Is there a slider somewhere in the...
there we
There
go.
it is.
I think he was still wearing it.
Yeah. Might...
Previous thrower was still wearing it. He's on the wrong hack, but... And also... A little bit sliding outside, but pushed it back to the middle. Will this have enough weight to get into the house? Looks like it. But I don't know if it's going to curl over enough
Feels
to
heavy.
get in the button, and it might be a little bit heavy.
It's a pretty
No.
decent attempt though. I mean, look. That was actually
That actually
better
came,
than I expected.
Yeah.
Looking at the sliding.
thought that was going to stay out to the outside there. It's just unfortunately a little bit heavy. It does stay in the house. I think that is second shot, to be honest. Little, not quite so easy to tell, but very close. I think that is going to be second shot. So now Ramstein has to decide what
Yeah.
are they going to do.
A second shot is not bad because they reduced the lead for Ramstein by 1 point, keeping the game tied so far.
Just looking to clear this one out. Maybe roll in under behind those other yellows. So for those of you new to curling, when you throw a harder shot, it's called a takeout. But when you throw a harder shot and you hit the stone and your stone stays in and gets over behind the guards, then it's called a hit and roll. So this is Ramstein looking for a hit and roll here. Most important thing is to get rid of that red in the back, but this one is a bit wide and is going to miss.
Yep.
What do the Penguins do here with their last stone? I think they kind of have to draw one back to the middle there. Let's try to put there something close.
Again with a signature move, outside slide, but then the push in
Oh,
really inside.
it's way too hard. That unfortunately is going to catch the outer edge of the pebble and just kind of curl, stay straight out there. Oh, that's unfortunate. So, opportunity here for Ramstein to score 3 if they can get rid of that red at the back of the house.
Yep. That should be the plan, just to do a no-sit takeout. Make sure the shooter stays. Even if it comes short, well, then it's a draw for 2. That's also not the worst. But if there's an opportunity to score 3 with an open takeout, that's what you want to hunt for. Especially in those forehand games. Every point that can increase the lead could be important.
This one gonna curl over. Yes, there it goes. Nice on the nose. Excellent stone. It's 3 for Ramstein.
Yep.
So good recovery from Ramstein after giving away 1 in the first end. They come back to score 3. As we head into the third end, Ramstein leads 3-1 over White Penguins. The White Penguins have not been bad. They've been trying to hold their own. You know, you see a little bit of the inexperience, but they're not playing so bad here. They're putting some pressure on Ramstein, and you know, this is still anybody's match. Adrian calling just for a very classic center guard, potentially something in the house. I don't think that would upset them at all. And here we go, Seppa leading us off here in the third. Is going to, I feel like once it gets to the house, it's just going to keep sliding, so it's going to get a little bit deeper than maybe they want, but back of the forefoot, not bad, not bad. It's still a decent position. One might be a bit heavy for a guard and definitely outside. So you see Adrian just saying, let's put something out in front of it. Let's protect this one. And so when you're the team that starts off and you don't have the hammer, the team that throws the last stone of the end has what's called the hammer stone. So practical tactics state that, or conventional tactics state, if you don't have the hammer, you want to put a bunch of stones in the middle. If you have the hammer, you want to keep things wide open. Unfortunately, this one does not curl back over to the center line like they needed it to. That does leave it open in the middle there. But I don't think they're going to worry about it. This one's going to get around. Nope, that's going to fall under that guard.
Might want to sweep this one, and then they want to clear the guards.
Ah, but it's still not 5-rock rule, so that
Guard
one
has to come back then.
Although I'm not entirely sure that plays in this tournament.
I would expect so. That's the one of the most basic WC.
Well, just got confirmation from Dirk that yes, it's supposed to, but it depends. Ah, there they go.
There they go, yeah.
Adrian has to explain that rule. That's an interesting one. So for those of you who don't know, you cannot take any of your opponent's stones out of play before 5 stones have been played, the guard stones. Anything inside the house, inside the circles would be fine, but anything outside the circles, you have to wait for the 5th stone to be played before you can start doing that. So since that was only stone number 4, it needs to go back into its position. I think that's about a reasonable... Wait, why are they taking that one out?
I don't know. Was it...
Oh, that one was it. That was a shooter.
Yeah.
That's right. That was a shooter. Okay. It can be confusing. Some of these rules can be confusing even when you've played for a bit. It's so because they modify these rules every so often. I think that rule was put in place about 6 years ago, though. Now just wait till they have to explain the no tick rule. But I don't think they're playing that in this tournament.
No, I don't think so.
It looks okay for a guard, just to make sure this doesn't over curl. Or if it does, try to curl it over and get it behind that.
Yeah, and this is a good stone. Okay. Builds up pressure.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, over curled off that center line, but still puts it in a decent position to kind of force the Penguins to do something here. If that one has good weight, that one might not be too bad. I think that's going to catch that middle yellow there,
Just
but
imagine if it didn't, that would have been, but I think also clearing out that yellow stone, their shooter will stay.
shooter stays in a good position. That's a good stone there. I like that.
Yep.
A little bit more weight might have carried that one straighter and got that one off the back, but
Kind of knowing that teams like these, they just have under X amount of hours of curling experience. This is a pretty good stone.
yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah, sometimes we forget how our early days of curling were like. Just trying to make sure you don't tip over on the ice. You do sliding without going face down.
I was amazing from day one. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think amazing in the United States is a different kind of word than it is in...
Yes, for varying levels of amazing, yes. It's going to get over on it, but not really have the weight to get it out of the way.
It doesn't bring them that much value. I mean...
Still sitting second shot.
Yeah.
Gives it a guard over there, so now we'll have... all Penguins have to do is get rid of this one in the middle, and they're sitting in a good spot.
Yeah. Yeah, just imagine if it clears out that middle one and they're sitting two. This looks like a decent stone.
It's a good line. They got to sweep it. I think they just to hold it straight.
Yeah, now they have to sweep it. It starts to fall. It can go on the center line, but it cannot overcurl too much. They need to sweep. Looks good. Looks good.
Oh, no, not too late. This is a great stone.
Oh, my. Nice hit and roll there. Excellent stone, and they are sitting two here, and I am...
No, they're not. They're sitting one, but...
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
But that was a great stone.
Yeah.
That was really good execution there. I think if they had swept it just a little bit sooner, then it doesn't roll as far, but hey, you can't...
No, those are details indeed, and I think it's already pretty impressive how they managed to do such a good slide and such a good release and all of that.
Yep.
And don't forget, they're playing with those club brooms and
that are
sweeping efficiency.
They're not the best. No, it would challenge even the best sweepers to do anything with those.
And you need to sweep to get it deep enough to come into scoring position and also to avoid tipping that guard. It is
going to snake around the guard.
Oh, very good stone.
That's a great follow-up there, yeah.
This is a perfect stone. Close to perfection there.
Very, very good stone. Puts them back in the driver's seat. Puts them back in shot position. Not easy to get to. So he's putting a little bit of weight behind it.
It looks heavy because of the sliding, but it doesn't look heavy when you start to see a roll.
What?
Down.
This has a chance. If this gets around that yellow guard, that has a chance.
Just imagine. It starts to. Just imagine this.
Look at that. That honestly, is a great stone.
And it sits right on the pin there.
Yeah, that is a fantastic stone right there.
Yeah. Even if you see club members play these kind of stones, you would tap your head and say, well, congratulations, that's a good stone.
Yeah.
So I didn't think Ramstein was anticipating on White Penguins throwing this type of quality here.
Yeah. I just realized why my water was so warm. I got it in front of the vent fan of the network switch.
Oh yeah.
It's like, this is awfully warm for just sitting here in the cafeteria. He's got a significant amount of weight trying to hold this.
Already starts to curl. They have to sweep to hold it straight here.
Once it crosses that center line, though, yeah, that's a good one. Ooh, it ends up in a good position. It's out behind that guard, but it's got backing behind it, so that's a very nice one as well.
I was hoping for a high five there between teammates, but I guess wrong.
It's very difficult to tell who is shot at the moment. It's very tight between the yellow and the red. Our whitewashed camera is not helping us out. The overhead. Oh, this one looks a little bit light. They're going to sweep that. Make sure it gets around behind that guard. No, there it goes. There it goes.
And also this one. Look at this draw here.
Look at that.
I don't know what to say.
Corrected. That was a very good shot.
This is an excellent shot. This is an excellent shot. They're giving Ramstein a very, very hard time here.
Yeah.
And they have options to hit and roll on those yellow stones there from Ramstein. Yeah. They are sitting. Are they sitting?
They're sitting 2. Now you're not technically supposed to measure like that. You can look at it, but you're not allowed to use anything to measure.
Especially
in the middle of the end.
When the other team's in play.
Yeah.
But
that's
forgivable. I mean, you can. I probably would have done the same thing if I was just entering curling and for the first tournament.
Yeah, you wanna see how you're doing. And now this is a tricky one for Ramstein because if they get the angle wrong, that red one jams on their yellow back there, and they'll lose the shooter. So it's not as so straightforward of, hey, let's just knock this one out. They got to get around that guard, and they have to get closer to the nose.
Bart Spalman's there over on the left side of the camera. He's really exhausted. I think he had to sweep all the way.
Yeah, they just came back from Korea to play in the seniors World Seniors Championships. So
played a good tournament there.
This one just way wide out of his hands.
Now, what is going to happen? Are they going to take out the rose stone there?
No, I think they might have hoped that it could tap it in a little bit just to take away second shot or something. But yeah, that one went straight outside, right off his hand. So
they're also trying to figure out, are we sitting 2 here? Could be important because 2 is technically a tie. They have hammer. They have an extra stone. And Ramstein huddling like, what are we doing wrong? What happened there?
Yeah. Now this is, if you go back to Penguins setting up, now this is where experience would be helpful because they're looking to set something up. In the way he was pointing, it seemed like, hey, should we put something right here in the middle? And what that does is it just leaves an opportunity for Ramstein to take it out and then sit in a good spot. But I think
They want to add the pressure.
they want to put pressure, and I like that. I like that call.
It's an aggressive call. It's a confident call.
Oops. This feels a little bit light. Is that going to be able to get over the hog line? Looks like it's going to need some help, but
If it's over the hawk, it's good.
actually,
Have
yeah,
to
that's
get it
not
over.
a bad positioning there. That's going to take away that draw. That's going to narrow things up down the middle. So I'm all right with that. It was not a bad stone, although they're discussing that like maybe we should have been deeper, but it's not a bad position for it. It does definitely put some pressure on Ramstein.
Yeah.
You see Adrian trying to figure out what is he going to do? How do we get rid of this? And sits and... Oh, he's looking. Maybe there's a double there. It's going to take a pretty good stone. You got to get some weight behind it, coming from the inside out.
Definitely going for a takeout here.
It definitely came out of his hand to the right. He kind of, or back to the middle. But he's going to get that one.
This is a good stone.
He's going to...
This is an excellent stone. Oh, and takes out the other red one here. And
all right, nice double there.
Ramstein is sitting 1, maybe 2. It's hard to tell. We can't really see from our angle.
Oh, and that high red one up at the top. That's giving them a guard there.
Yep.
So Ramstein looking pretty good. Hi, Joris. Welcome in.
Hi, Joris. Joris, the best chef in Belgium curling. Famous for his legendary meals in big tournaments, Euros.
Sure thing. Let's see.
Yeah, Joris, you're probably wondering how Team Vreken is doing in their semi-final on the B sheet.
No, they're on sheet A.
They're on sheet A.
So they're in the fourth end, and Team Vareka leads 5-2 over Grey Ducks. And over on sheet B, N-Negative leads. They're in the fourth end as well. N-Negative leads 4-1 over Iconic.
As we see, White Penguins missed their takeout here, and now it's up to see which stone is closer. Looks like red seems to be closer, so I'm guessing that's 1 yellow. We'll have to.
Yeah, looks like it. I think it's one for Ramstein there.
Confirmed.
Oh.
Yeah, that 3-ender, that is what happens when you just play 4 ends. If you just have a, say, a 3-house or a 4-house, they count and start to come back from.
That puts a lot, the pressure is amplified on something like that. So as we head into the final end of this match, Ramstein leads 4-1 over White Penguins. But the Penguins have been playing, honestly, I'm
impressed, yeah.
I'm impressed with them. These guys do not have many hours in the curling. Nice for Team Vareka. I hope Iconic will make a great end. Yeah, I would love to see them get back in the running. I'd like to see some competitive. Unfortunately, haven't been able to see exactly how the ends have been going to figure it out. But the way I'm seeing it now, it's like N-Negative is setting up a lot of stones in the house over in this fourth end.
I think it's just
Good.
short of the blue.
Good center guard there, but I think it's just off that center line. But I also don't think that the no-tick rule is in effect in this tournament. But who knows? It could be.
And the sliding already started there. Let's have an over-the-shoulder look. See if the stone.
That is going to catch that stone, so it is going to need to be replaced.
Yeah.
And the shooter goes out of play.
So, if you're the skip and you already decide up front that you want that guard, would you just go ahead and take out the red one before it hits, or would you wait and hit? Normal rule would say just let it hit.
You have to let it hit. It's I mean it depends. I think most of the time, if it's just one stone going back, then you kind of have to let it go. But I think in a situation like that, you can take it out, or you can stop it from hitting, just to prevent the mess of having to put things back in order.
And to be sure, it's in the exact same spot. I mean, it was obvious that Adrien made up his decision.
Well, as far as I know, with the takeout rule, the 5-rock rule, there is no decision. It has to go back.
Yep.
You can't decide, well, that would have helped me. It's only the no-tick rule that the skips have an option of leaving it as it lies or putting it back as it was. And this one's going to just creep into the blue over there. Asking for some weight here.
A good hit and roll could bring some pressure.
Oh, I'm afraid he pushed that one outside a little bit.
I don't know.
Nope. Ignore me.
Yeah, I was comparing it with a center line and it seemed pretty okay.
Oh, but he can't take that one out. That one in the center.
I think Dirk is coming over to help and explain rules here.
Yeah, it would not have necessarily taken it out. So that was a bit. It's one of the reasons why you have to wait for it to go, because maybe it doesn't get out of play. And I don't think that one had enough weight behind it to get it out of play. So Dirk was just giving a little bit of advice there. So that's why the rule is to let the stones finish. And you still have to go through the pain of putting it back, but
Yep.
That is why. So let's see. This is the 5th stone of the end. Ay, Nacho, hola.
Oh, Nacho. Long time no see, but that's
our fault,
that's
not
our
yours.
fault. Great you're here on stream. We're broadcasting the Belgian National Curling Cup, and this is a placement match between two teams that didn't manage to win their round of 8, and they're just playing their placement match. But the game right after this one, later today, is going to be the grand final with two of the biggest teams in Belgian curling history.
Likely. It's not a guarantee.
It's likely, yeah, but well, I'm just looking at the scoreboard, so I'm just going.
This one is a bit wide. Might catch their red and tap it
Imagine
in.
if it taps it in. No, it won't.
No, just a bit wide. All right, so now I think, well, yeah, that was the 6th stone of the end, so that was, you could take anything out now.
Yeah, you can see Dirk is just making sure that rules are being applied and are being respected. Yeah, it's, even sometimes regular members are confused. They forgot about, wait, was it stone 4, 5, or 6? What do we do now?
Wants to sweep this one. It's going to
It'll tap
curl
the yellow
over.
one. They want to get it in. They want to just score points here.
I think it's short, but it's going to leave up as a guard, so good positioning there.
Yeah, serves as a guard.
Although at this point, I mean, Ramstein shouldn't be worried about winning the end, just making sure that Penguins don't score 4 points.
Or 3.
Or 3, correct, yeah. So their main goal should just be making sure things are cleared out.
Yeah, close the middle. And close the road to the pin.
No, if anything, I would say just take their own stones out.
Could also be an opportunity, yeah. This is a small deja vu from the first end where a team would tap in a stone of their opponents.
Yeah. So Ramstein just going to put up a guard. Cover this one over.
Just trying to read one of the signs on their jerseys. It's probably maybe a crowdfunding campaign or...
I don't know. With some of the nicknames they put down on the roster sheet, I'm thinking some might be a little bit TOS for us. Sweepers are on it. They don't really need to get this very far. They just wanted to cover up. Don't want this to over curl. And this one's going to be quite nice.
This looks like a nice stone there coming into the house. Nope, not in the house.
Hashtag Pim's wrong.
Yeah, but a nice guard.
Yeah.
A nice guard.
So Penguins looking for a takeout here, trying to get rid of this one in the middle. This one does not look like it has the juice that it needs, so that's going to curl over a bit. Might tap that yellow one in.
Opens things up. At least the guard is not a guard anymore.
Yep. Yeah, tricky part there is just, it just didn't have the weight behind it that it needed. Yeah, I think we're just going to see another guard here. Yep. Something up in the middle to protect everything. Sweeper's indicating might be a little heavy. You think you're gonna sweep it down there, try to freeze it maybe? Oh no, that's gonna die. Just over curls a little though. There's some exposure.
There is an opportunity here for White Penguins if they can reach that yellow stone sitting in the red circle there.
You have to love the enthusiasms from the Penguins' third, Davey. He just wants to get out there as soon as it's ready. He's like, okay, I'm gonna throw it.
Can they tap in their redstone? Could be.
It's unfortunate. We had to curl over a little too much. Yeah, that would have been good if they'd have been able to hold that one to the outside. That give it a chance to run in there.
I'm wondering if they are watching the stream or are they just texting with their fan base there. There were moments where they were listening or commentating about something. Could be, who knows.
Well,
See, they're listening like, hey. Let's ask them right after this game.
well, semifinal A has finished. Of course, they didn't put the score up.
No, that's professional players don't put the score up. That's they're too important to do that kind of household activities.
But yeah, I see that Team Vareka scored 3 in the fourth, so they ended up defeating the Grey Ducks 8-2.
8-2.
Yeah.
All right. So we have one team confirmed in the grand final. Not a surprise.
And that match will be later this afternoon. We'll have about an hour. It'll be around 5:30, so 1 hour from now, we'll be showing the final. We'll find out fairly soon who is going to win between N-Negantine and Iconic. But I believe Iconic is throwing their last stone in. And it's
Fetching their slider.
oh, Hammerstone just carries deep, and it's 1 for N-Negantine. So N-Negantine has defeated Iconic 5-1 in the other semifinal. So is another one of the favorites in the final. So N-Negantine versus Team Vareka. That's going to be. This should be an exciting cup final.
Yeah, it's the El Clasico from Belgium Curling. Campina, Curling Club Campina against Curling Club Zemst.
Oh, just a little light. I thought that was a really good line. Just needed a little bit more weight behind it.
So what were the scores in Vregen against Grey Ducks and N19 against Campina?
So Varega Grey Ducks was 8-2. I'll let you figure out which team was which, scored which.
And N19 Campina?
That is 5-1.
5-1.
Not official, but that's just the way I saw the last end played out and what's on the scoreboard. Because, of course, Caro and Stefan both went down to the other end and did not put the score up.
That's one thing that's always a safe bet.
Ah, thanks for the kind words, Joris. We have a good time doing it, and hopefully we get some more curling fans out there. This one is going to clear out the red, and that is a big house against. I think that might be 5? No, right now there are 6 yellows in the house.
6 yellows.
Yeah, and we're down to the last stone, and I don't know how the Penguins are going to get anything onto the to even score. I think their best bet is just tap something in and take away some of those extra points. But he's already thrown the stone. We're not even waiting for us. This one's going to come up a bit light. Oh, and they're pushing things through.
So you can fill in the scores here. I'm gonna.
There we have handshakes. Yep. So that is a big 6 end for Ramstein, but you know, well played by the Penguins. I thought they held their own there. They had their chances. Unfortunately, experience.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, a little bit of experience made all of the difference.
So as we jump over here,
No warnings, no warnings.
We don't warn.
We just jump. Luckily, we're doing awkward things, but yeah. What's your take on this game? I mean, it was nice to see one of those newcomers, players that never played curling before, kind of compete in a tournament and also managing it to the knockout stage. Don't forget that today is not the entire Belgium Cup. There were group stages, so White Penguins actually managed to advance to the knockout stage, and that's a performance in its own, basically. Yeah. They did well against Iconic. That was a very... Well, no, it was not Iconic. It was Curlicious. They did pretty well against Curlicious. Was close, came down to the final end, and here they were competitive, and I've seen some pretty nice stones as well. So
honestly, the final score doesn't indicate how much
No.
pressure they put on Ramstein. That last end just kind of came up a little bit short. Ramstein had a lot of stones in play, but I think overall they can keep their chins up, heads up high, and be happy with proud of how they played this weekend.
Yeah, definitely.
So we are going to take a break. We have an hour before our next one. Oh, we guess Tim wants to show the schedule.
Yeah, I mean, just to give a quick update or a quick advance on the schedule, we're going to the grand final. The game will be at 5:30, and we can already confirm that it's going to be N19 against Team Reken, N18 winning against Iconic, Team Reken winning their semis against the Grey Ducks. So later today, N19 against Team Reken, and that's a game I think curling fans are going to want to watch.
Yeah, that should be a great game. Yeah, national teams, they play 6 ends instead of 4, so while it's still shorter than the standard game, there's still a little bit more time, a little less pressure on some of these shots. So, but it should still be a great game. So we'll see you guys in about an hour. Thank you everybody for watching. Good to see you all in here chatting and supporting the Penguins and Ramstein. And we look forward to seeing you in about an hour. So
Bye now.
bye.